aka Honey T, also known as just plain old Yin, coming today because I have a whole lot to say. I can't stay long. I'm doing laundry. Maybe you can find my location and meet me here, Smarty Pants. But anyway, I wanted to talk about bartering. Bartering is coming back, guys, and it's coming back very, very strong. Don't be sideswiped by all these videos speaking of another possible pandemic, recession, depression, the stock market crashing, just all these things, fear mongering. And I've decided to move away from being agitated by that because it's been long enough. I've been in that position. These people are picking up steam, which they do not have anything but themselves to feed off of now. So they'll tire out very, very easily. Mark my words. Well, anyway, bartering. Bartering is coming back strong, and I've been preaching this for almost 10 years now. I remember when I worked at a major department store, and I was the front end manager for this department store. And sometimes wealthy people would come in because you would have these discounts for these very expensive items. And one day this guy came in, and he was a regular, and my the store manager often, spoke of him, quite favorably. And one of his modifiers would be that he was very, very wealthy. So one day he came in and he hung around a little bit, but we were very, very busy. It was around the major Christmas holiday. And one day he came back and the store was empty. And he said he wanted to talk to me. And I was thinking maybe he saw a piece that was on display in the back, behind the front counter, and he maybe wanted to purchase. So I asked him what he needed. And he said it was nothing pertaining to merchandise in the store, but he wanted to talk to me. And so he led off by saying that he had what his business was, and he said that I could easily confirm with my store manager that what he was saying was true. And so I was curious as to why he would preface his discussion with this, but for whatever reason I was led to listen, and I had the time. And so he shared with me that he was a real estate tycoon, and that he had purchased properties, across the United States, but more so in the state of Texas, because that's where he just focused on. But this was Louisiana. And he went into the details, and he said that he had spent many years building up financial wealth. And I asked him, so what did that have to do with me? And he said, well, he said, I've been around the world and I've met a lot of people. He said, and you have something. What you possess is so obvious. And he said, I would love to have some of that, but money can't buy it. And he said, I'm baffled as to how you could be so abundant with this energy resource. And so I kind of chuckled. And so I asked him to be more specific. And he said he didn't have a term for it, but it was obvious that I had a piece of energy that was so valuable that even someone with his amount of wealth desired to have it but couldn't obtain it and couldn't even buy it. And he wanted to know how I did that. At that point, I wasn't turned off, but I knew that, it wasn't much that I could say. I kind of just chuckled, and the conversation just sort of fizzed out because I wanted to get back to work, and I wasn't going to give him what he asked for. And so, after that, I've thought about it a couple times, and that's not the first time something like that has happened to me, and that I've been reminded of the things that I take for granted every single day as I navigate my day. But I can see effects of it when I walk into a place. I'm not someone that ever chose fame and fortune. And if you saw me in my regular day occurrences, you would just know that I live what people would term a normal life. And so, but there are times I just walk in somewhere and you see people, they react, and I don't even think they're aware that they react. And one of the things that people do as a result is they want to give me things, and that's what always amazes me. So in the future, I know that that is going to be very valuable because it is valuable now. And so what's going to happen is after all of this transpires and there's another failure in what the masses of world leaders are attempting to do, it's going to backfire and it's going to fail. And the next recourse is going to be that people are going to be so desperate that they're going to resort to bartering. Bartering is, if it's done properly, is a very, very good tool to level out a certain proximity of demand and supply, um, receiving and giving. Mark the words that's coming out of my mouth. Bartering is going to be huge, and it's going to start to surge. And these influences that have been on here, fear mongering, and giving pieces of truths, drawing and fishing people in, and those people taking the bait are going to be the biggest sufferers because they're going to have the biggest egg on their face, and there's not going to be a way to fast talk yourself out of it. You're just going to have to face the consequences of your choices. And bartering is coming back, and it's coming back strong.